All right, y'all, what's going on today? This is just another civilian, another practical, political civilian, whatever, just a civilian today. Coming to y'all with some good news, just an update on the HPA and the Short Act. Short Act is supposed to be added in soon, and they're saying if it does get added in, it's more of a 50% chance of passing. And then the Short Act involves these things and stocks. So this is a pistol brace and stocks. Make a separate video about explaining the difference, why you need one over the other. But basically, this is really good news. The reason being, not only would it remove short barrel rifles and short barrel shotguns from the NFA, which is very useless, very pointless. It's just a tax. It's just an excuse for the government to tax you and basically have an if de facto registry on our citizens, which is illegal indeed. But it would make suppressors a lot easier to get. All you gotta do is do a background check. But that's not why I'm making this video. This isn't a, go support your Congress act or nothing like that, or video. So, but if you want this to pass, if you want to get suppressors easier, make them not a registered item with the NFA, as well as short barrel rifles and short barrel shotguns. Go contact your reps, contact your senators, call them. I don't have the number to the switchboard to the hotline, but VSO Gun Channel has one, has references, Guns and Gear, Guns and Gadgets, even I think AK Operators Union made a video about it. So, contact your local reps, your senators, tell them that you want the HPA Hearing Protection Act to pass and you want the Short Act. Stop harassing our rifle act, our rifle. I don't remember the rest, but yeah, that's what it's, basically the Short Act to get short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns. But the good news is that if it does make it to the House and it passes, not to the House, if it makes it up to, the president's desk once it passes the House, which I think it will, and it gets passed, this is what that will mean. It will basically make short barrel rifles and short barrel shotguns very obtainable for the average person. Instead of having to do, notify your sheriff, get fingerprints, get an FBI background check, as well as do a normal background check. Because the thing is, you're not having to do the normal background check, right? You still have to do a normal background check, but you have to do, you got to go through a whole bunch of hoops. Like I said, you got to do the fingerprints. You have to register on the website. You have to do it through a trust individual, or you can do it through a family trust, whatever, or a single shot trust. Then you have to pay the $200 tax stamp, which that's why it's in this committee, because it's a tax. It's so pointless that it's a tax. It's so pointless that it's even in there, because the whole reason that the history behind the not HPA, but the history behind short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns and everything like that is because they didn't want the gangsters to be able to actually have them. They wanted to be able to arrest them once they had them, because they'd be like, you don't have your paperwork. So that's why they're like, you don't have your paperwork, you don't have your $200 tax stamp, which I think nowadays would be like $3,000 or something like that with inflation and everything. But that being said, what would that mean when that passes? Basically, not only would it make short suppressors and SBRs and SBSs more obtainable, but in states like the state that I'm in Ohio, that means we could manufacture them ourselves. Meaning that if you manufacture your own firearms as a personal individual, or as an individual, you can, if de facto, print your own suppressors. You can make your own suppressors. I think that will be a resurgent of those flashlight tube kits that used to be out, and people will probably start making their suppressors again. I have a couple of designs that I'm working on that I think would be really nice to print and make. But not only that, it will be the same for SBRs, meaning that, it used to be constructive intent if you had a stock even close to a SBR or a pistol, right? A rifle pistol, a pistol chamber in a rifle caliber, whatever. But now, if you own it, you can basically reconstruct it as you please, because you're the manufacturer, as long as your state allows that. In Ohio, our state does allow us to manufacture our own firearms. So if you look up your local laws and see that you're able to, then that means if de facto you can buy just the lower, you can register it as just other, or you can register it as a rifle, and you can convert that to a pistol, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the other way around, but I'm pretty sure you can convert a rifle to a pistol. No, a pistol to a rifle, sorry. But that's not going to be void. That's going to be void because it's not going to matter anymore, because now you can just buy a pistol lower and just throw stock on it with angle vertical grip. Literally, that's the only difference between a short barrel rifle and a short barrel pistol, is the stock and a vertical grip. Does that make any sense to y'all? Like, they are afraid of stocks and vertical grips? Like, that makes no sense. The pistol brace is very useful, but you can see it doesn't have a lot of meat back there. If it does occasionally happen to touch your shoulder in that aspect, right? And stocks just make it more stable. So stocks actually make pistols more stable, safer, some would say. I know they're gonna say easier to shoot, whatever, but no, they make them safer for the individuals who are learning how to shoot. If they have a shorter barrel rifle and they choose to shoot a shorter barrel rifle, because let's be honest, I think there are more short barreled rifles in circulation than there are rifles, like longer barrel rifles. Like, there are more AKs, like short barreled AKs, with or without pistol braces in circulation than there are rifles, in my opinion, my personal opinion, especially ARPs. I've been seeing a really big circulation of ARPs, included with the new, the surge of the FRTs and all of that stuff. So everybody wants to run them, and they will be a lot safer. Trust me, they would be a lot safer if people ran them with vertical grips. They could get more control, more grip on that front, and if they ran them with stocks, because they could get less wobble when they're shooting it. So you can imagine how stable and how sturdy you can actually teach new shooters how to shoot, and especially like with calibers like the 300 Blackout, where the shorter powder, or the shorter rifles are getting full powder burn and everything out of shorter barrels, more compact and everything like that. Of course, people will be like, well, it's easier for mass shooters and blah blah blah. Mass shooters are gonna use anything. If you ban all guns, they'll use knives. They'll use guns. I mean, bombs. Like, they'll use Molotov cocktails. We ban everything. Like, criminals by definition don't follow the law. So why are law-abiding citizens always being punished when criminals don't follow it? But this is good news that it passed the House. Now it's headed to the Senate, and I think it has a good chance of passing. But still, guys, call your reps, please. Call your reps, bug them. This is supposed to be going to a vote on July 4th. So until July 4th, call them every day. Keep the pressure up, guys, because if this passes, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for this to pass. Even if it passes by one vote, the president already said he would sign it. He's not gonna, change it or nothing like that. He already has stuff in his bill that he wants to pass right away. So, we're not trying to be sneaky or nothing. It's obviously public knowledge to everything that's in the books and all of that on this. But yeah, I think this has a good chance of passing, but we do need you guys' help. So everybody who's watching this video, tag somebody who you want, or share it, send it, whatever. I'm not doing this for views for me. I want to be able to, tell my kid how to shoot using a short barrel rifle without having to register with the government and be on a registry, right? That's all the NFA is, a big old registry. It tells you how many guns you got, what guns you got, all of that stuff. So, guys, let's keep up the pressure, keep working, keep pushing, keep grinding. Practical out. Peace.